Coming up on today's show, we are breaking down some of the latest Alabama recruiting rumors and news. Alabama's gotten a couple more commits over the past week in both their 2026 and 2027 recruiting class. But what I need from you guys before we get into all of that, make sure, if you are not subscribed right here to the Alabama Football Report by Chat Sports, hit that sub button right now. We are going up in the month of October against our Tennessee and Ohio State channels here at Chat Sports. We are getting the crap kicked out of us right now. So let's gain some ground on them. Hit that sub button and stay up to date on all things Crimson Tide news. All right, first up, let's talk about that 2026 recruiting class. 3-star offensive tackle Doughty committed to Alabama's 2026 recruiting class on Sunday after his visit for that Vanderbilt game. He made his first trip to Tuscaloosa for that Vanderbilt game, and he was also in Georgia last week for Alabama's win over the Bulldogs as well. He is a 3-star recruit in this 2026 cycle, number 913 overall, 76 offensive tackle. Talk about kind of why that's a little bit comical here in just a second, but he is also out of the state of Georgia. He received an offer from Alabama back on September 12th, so as he got into the first couple of games of his senior season, when that tape went out, that's when he first got that offer from the Crimson Tide coaching staff. And, at one point, too, he was committed to Georgia State for a while and is a really, really big kid, and I think he's just going to jump, not necessarily super high up the recruiting rankings, but, I definitely trust this Alabama coaching staff when it comes to the evaluation of these recruits. He's also, told on 3 and 247 Sports that, about the connection to Tuscaloosa. He's got family from Tuscaloosa, and a very, very big point of emphasis as well. His mom is a massive Alabama fan, so that never hurts either. He is now the 4th offensive line recruit in Alabama's 2026 recruiting class. Now you have Sam Utu, Chris Booker, Bear Fretwell, and Jared Doughty all now committed along that offensive line. So got a couple 3-stars, got a couple 4-stars in there. Don't have any 5-stars in this 2026 class along the offensive line right now. But like I said, I do trust this coaching staff to be able to make their evaluations, especially along the offensive line with Courtney Morgan. That was, one of his really, really big points of emphasis when it comes to recruiting is his ability to go out there and, look at the tape of some of these guys and really have good evaluations on them. So I want you guys to get down inside the comment section. We just showed you Alabama's 2026 offensive line commits. Couple 3-stars, couple 4-stars. So I want you to get down at the pinned comment and grade that offensive line class. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know what you guys think down at the pinned comment of today's video. Now, 2026 3-star safety Khmari Bing has also decommitted from Maryland. He ended up announcing that decommitment, well, I guess technically Hayes Fawcett announced that decommitment. And, according to On3, according to Rivals, I guess that's the same entity at this point, Alabama right now is in the mix for Khmari Bing. You can see the 4 schools still right here in the mix. You see Maryland still in there. He said they're still going to have a hat on the table on signing day. So, we'll see, how much they actually are taken into consideration because he is from Maryland at the end of the day as well. He did have a visit with Ohio State last weekend. He's got a visit to Tuscaloosa for that LSU game, and then he also does have a visit scheduled to Indiana on November 15th. He's another 3-star recruit in this class as well. And why I said, it was kind of comical that Doughty, is ranked 913 is because once you get way down in those 247 Sports composite rankings, you have some duplicate rankings there. And Khmari Bing as well is ranked number 913 in this class. Both of them as well, ranked number 76 at their respected positions there. Doughty's ranked number 76 offensive tackle, and you see right there, Bing is the number 76 cornerback in this class as well. He is, I think it's very notable to talk about the fact that he is teammates right now with 5-star safety Jireh Edwards, currently committed to Alabama at St. Francis Academy. They're the number 3 high school in the country right now, according to Rivals. So, He is playing with and against some really, really good players and competition right now. So where Alabama sits currently in this 2026 recruiting cycle, according to the 247 Sports Composite rankings, they are at number 3, but I do think it is notable they only have 22 commits in this recruiting cycle. And I did see Andrew Bones say, it could go up to about 25. It just kind of, depends on, some of the film that comes out for these guys in their senior season. They might take a couple more guys as well. But it's notable because you see right there, Georgia has 31, USC has 32, Notre Dame right behind Alabama, they have 27, and Texas A&M has 27 as well. I think that should tell you a lot about the quality of recruits that Alabama currently has committed. All right, we'll continue with some 2027 news here in just a second, as well as some players who have now shut down their recruitment for Alabama. But first, want to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's show, that is Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every single day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So don't miss any of the excitement this football season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, which means you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. You want more than on Josh Allen's pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns? Now you can pick all 3 of them in the same Prize Picks lineup only on Prize Picks. This is the lineup that we have for this weekend's game against Missouri, going with Ahmad Hardy more than on the half rushing or half touchdown there. Could be rushing or receiving touchdowns. He's probably going to get at least one. He's definitely going to get his in this game, leading the country right now in rushing yards. Also, going with Jeremy Bernard, a half touchdown for him. Could be rushing or receiving on that front as well. And then Ty Simpson, 1.5 passing touchdowns, going with a more than on all 3 of those. Prize Picks is super simple to play. You just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats, and if you get your picks right, you can cash in today. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on football in more than 40 different states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and yes, Prize Picks is available in Alabama as well. So download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That link is down in the description of today's show. It's also going to be down at the pinned comment of today's show as well. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Now, Alabama has 3 more commits that this past weekend they ended up shutting down their recruitment, and 3 very, very big commits for Alabama. You got Cederian Morgan, the 5-star wide receiver, number 2 player out of the state of Alabama. Jett Thomalla, one of your 2 quarterback commits in this class, shut it down as well. And E.J. Crowell, the 5-star running back, number 3 player out of the state of Alabama. And all 3 of these guys have started off this season very, very high at their respected high schools here. You can see Jett Thomalla. He is so efficient, man. He's completing 77% of his passes right now. Went over that 100 career passing touchdown mark, so that was very notable for him. Over 1,700 yards, and you see right there, the touchdown to interception ratio is absolutely killer. 31 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Does have 2 more rushing touchdowns as well. Cederian Morgan also having a very, very good senior season here. Through the first 7 games, he's got 34 catches, 520 yards, averaging over 15 yards per catch, and also recording 6 touchdowns so far. And you guys remember, back at the beginning of the season, E.J. Crowell had that 1-game suspension for, whatever ended up happening at the end of the day on that. But since then, 6 games played, he is going absolutely insane. He's even averaging nearly 200 yards per game on the ground, 198 to be exact there. 92 carries, almost 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns on the ground. These are 3 very, very big-time commits that Alabama currently has committed, and all 3 of them have shut down their recruitment. So will Alabama get any more commits in their 2026 recruiting class? Let me know what you guys think. Type Y for yes or N for no down in the comments section of today's show. Over to the 2027 class now. Alabama got another commit, their fourth commit in this 2027 class with Nash Johnson. He's number 552 overall in that 2027 cycle. He is a three-star, number 55 cornerback out of the state of Georgia. Like I said, he's now the fourth commit in Alabama's 2027 class. And, he was offered during one of Alabama's camps that they held actually back in June. He was also at Georgia last week when Alabama played them. Some of the recent offers that he has picked up here in his junior season: Florida, Miami, UNC, Penn State, Tennessee, and Missouri was also the first SEC school to actually offer him. So, I understand, maybe some people's hesitation. He's a three-star outside the top 500 there, but he's got a lot of really, really good and notable offers there. And Alabama's 2027 class right now, they do have those four commits, and they're shaping up really, really nicely. Javari, he's actually going to take a visit to Texas A&M this weekend. That was reported earlier today by 247 Sports. Then, Jatori Williams, he committed to Alabama's 2027 class last week. And then Alexander Ward, 240 overall, number 12 athlete, expected to play wide receiver for Alabama. And then rounding out those 2027 commits, you have Nash Johnson.